All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
It is Saturday, September 21st. Welcome to fall, and the Yankees were taking on the A's in Game 2 of a 3-game set. Carlos Rodon on the mound looking for win number 16. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Welcome to the New York City.
Pinstripe Territory.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. A laugher for the Yankees tonight. That one got ugly fast. They destroy the Oakland Athletics by a score of 10-0, and that means they win the series. And they have now won their 91st game of the season. The Orioles also lost, so the magic number to clinch the American League East is down to 3. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's get to the important stuff first. Yes, I did reshave my head since some of you were so concerned with the lack of shininess and reflectiveness on my dome piece. Anthony Volpe appears to be hitting again. That's big news. 3 hits yesterday. It was important to continue that momentum today with a big home run, 421 feet. He also got robbed of another hit. Giancarlo Stanton crushed a mammoth 3-run shot. John Birdie had a couple of really nice at-bats, couple of hits. He's a good ball player. And Aaron Judge extended his Major League Baseball home run lead with his 54th long ball of the year. Ohtani right on his heels with 52. Gleyber Torres had another good night. He's got the OPS up to 695, so hovering around 700. And overall, a nice stress-free win for the Yankees. And now they have won 5 series in a row. So heating up at the right time. And it's looking good headed back to New York in a couple of days. Hopefully you pick up a win tomorrow so that you can clinch with a win on Tuesday night. We'll talk more about that in a second. First, let's talk about Carlos Rodon. He was terrific tonight. 6 shutout innings, 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He got the ERA down under 4 now. He had some help from his offense for sure, but he got into a groove, and he was getting lots of easy ground balls, a couple of easy pop-ups. Career best 16th win for Carlos. Fastball wasn't dialed up as fast as we've seen it. He was mostly sitting around 94, 95. But with a big lead, there was no need to reach back and get that extra maximum velo. So he was pretty much in cruise control. 31 starts now on the season, 3.98 ERA, 169 and 2/3 innings, 190 strikeouts. If he has a big final start, strikes out 10, he can get to 200 strikeouts. He also has a chance to get to 17 wins. 14 was his career best coming into this year. 53 walks, 1.21 whip. And look, you got to hand it to Carlos Rodon. He's been shaky at times. His first year with the Yankees after signing that contract was a disaster. People questioned whether or not he had the guts to pitch in New York. People questioned whether or not he would ever be able to pitch in New York. And he has shown that he can. And he has put together an admirable season, got himself into great shape in the offseason, and that's carried over and allowed him to be really, really strong for the Yankees this year. And he's going to make 32 starts, which that's a full docket. So let's talk a little bit about the possibility of a clinch here. The Orioles had a chance to win against the Tigers today, but they came up short in extra innings. That dropped the Yankees' magic number to 4, and then tonight's win knocked it down to 3. So the soonest they could possibly clinch the AL East would be Tuesday night in the Bronx. That would require either a Yankees win tomorrow or an Orioles loss. If you get both, it's down to 1. Since they'll be playing each other, having a magic number of 2 is just as good as having a magic number of 1, because the combination of Yankees wins and Orioles losses is what makes the difference. So if you can get it down to 2, all you need to do is beat them 1 game in the Bronx, and you will be AL East champions. Last time that the Yankees won the AL East, it was in Toronto. You might remember it was during the Aaron Judge home run chase. And it'll be nice to have a celebration at home. We clinched in Seattle, the playoff spot. So I think taking the division right there in front of the Orioles will be extra sweet. Tigers, by the way, gave the Orioles all sorts of trouble today. They are a scary team. They're the type of team that can get into the playoffs and do some damage because they got some good starting pitching. I think their bullpen is getting a little bit tired, but Skubal, Cy Young winner probably. And imagine if they hadn't dealt Jack Flaherty. But although if they hadn't dealt Jack Flaherty, they wouldn't have Trey Sweeney, who's doing a nice job for them. He's hitting some bombs. I'm telling you, Trey Sweeney looks like the real deal. That's going to be a mistake for the Yankees if you've seen him play. Guy has a monster bat, and he's a good defender. But fair to say, I am rooting for the Twins to hang on to the AL wildcard spot, because if they can somehow get through the wildcard round, that's like an easy layup to the ALCS for the Yankees. So that's what I'm hoping for. We took a few voicemails today, so we'll get those, and then we'll get on to the recap. So the first voicemail we have tonight is about Judge and Ohtani.
Hey, Derek. If Judge and Ohtani were in the same league, who wins MVP?
This particular season, Aaron Judge would win MVP over Ohtani. Judge has been playing center field. Ohtani has been a DH because he's got the elbow injury. Judge has more home runs. He's got more RBIs by a lot. He's got a higher WAR. His batting average is about 20 points higher. Judge is hitting .321, and last I saw, Ohtani was hitting like .297. Judge's on-base percentage is about 70 points higher. And headed into tonight's game, his OPS plus was at 217 compared to Ohtani's 183. So Judge has even been, he's been a better offensive player, and you've got the added value of playing center field. So if they were in the same league this year, Judge's numbers are clearly better. They've been in the same league before, and both Judge and Ohtani have won the MVP. If Ohtani's pitching, it theoretically deducts from his offensive numbers a bit, but you get the added pitching WAR. So, two historically good players in the league at the same time, and I don't think you have to hate on Ohtani just to be just because you're a Judge fan. Not that I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying that we can appreciate both because they're both, great for the game. Another call about Marinaccio.
That they DFA'd Ron Marinaccio, and I'll tell you, I know a lot of people probably disagree with me. I think it's a tremendous mistake. Once again, Yankee management does not know how to develop its talent because they went and they went and made room for Cody Poteet. Here's a guy who's only pitched 4 games in 2024. He's been out most of 2024, and they made room for him. Okay, he's only pitched 4 games this year.
Yeah, I was actually shocked when they DFA'd Marinaccio, when there were worse players on the 40-man that you theoretically could get rid of or, play somebody on the 60. His numbers were not great this year. He still has more strikeouts than innings pitched. He had a tough year last year. But, he's a homegrown guy, got a good arm. I suspect that he could come back to the Yankees in a deal this winter, but clearly, they're not going to use him in the playoffs. They wanted the roster spot for Poteet. Poteet is 3-0 with a 2.14 ERA in those 4 games you mentioned, though. So, he's a weapon. He's a good pitcher. I don't want to, give Poteet any grief. Not his fault. He's done his job. He just got injured. Let's talk a little bit about Domingo.
Derek. This is Spike from Jersey. Normally, Terrence has really good opinions, but I have to call out this one. He talked about the perfect game last night by Domingo Germán, but you know what? He said it doesn't matter. That's not true. There's only been 24 perfect games in MLB history. I grew up watching the Yankees, Yankeeography, David Wells, David Cohn, a million times. I understand the importance of a perfect game. I never saw one live. I remember Andy Pettitte went to the 7th inning or 6 2/3 in 2009 or 10 of a perfect game, and it didn't happen. And finally, when I'm 24 years old, or maybe I was 23 at the time, finally I get to watch a Yankee throw a perfect game. That was a emotional, historical experience for me. Domingo Germán, he may be a piece of shit outside the clubhouse or outside, the baseball diamond. He's a piece of shit. Fuck him. But a perfect game is important. You have to acknowledge that there's only been 24 in the history of baseball. You cannot downplay that.
You know what? I agree with you. You hear that, Terrence? We're celebrating the perfecto whether you like it or not. The reason I brought Domingo up was because it was such a significant event that happened, but nobody ever talks about it because of the way Domingo exited the team and the way his career has gone since then. I mean, he this year, 7 games, 2 starts, 0-1 with a 7.84 ERA, so he looks cooked. So I think I might go back and watch that game this winter. I've seen all the other ones, like you mentioned, David Wells, David Cohn, all the other no-hitters, Jim Abbott, all those ones that they play on the Yes Classics. Seen them all dozens of times. But I think I've only watched the Domingo one live. And I did a show that night. And so, part of the thing when you're doing this show, I'm jotting down notes, I'm cutting, clips, and I'm trying to create like a fun podcast. But it sometimes takes me out of fan mode. I would have loved to have been like on the edge of my seat or pacing around and not like sitting there, jotting down notes when I was watching that. So maybe I'll sit back and watch it. It won't have the same kind of, suspense, but, I do kind of want to watch it again.
Hey, Derek, I just wanted to say something about Jason Dominguez, the Martian. I think you were the first person, at least I saw, that was really like heavily touting him out of the minors. And I've really liked what I've seen from him in the first, few weeks he's been here. It's not even that his numbers have been crazy. He's just involved in everything. Every major rally, every major score, he's always involved. He just gets on base and he is like a spark plug to this team. I think he's going to be a key for us in the postseason. And you called it.
Well, I mean, I wasn't the one who gave him $5.1 million, so the Yankees kind of called it. But I feel like he's getting a little bit better each day. He had another good at-bat to draw a walk today. He had a base hit right-handed today. He's still only hitting 194 with a 616 OPS since coming back, but he's got 4 stolen bases. He can run. I think from the right-hand side of the plate, at times his swing is a little bit loopy. I think if he fixes that, man, sky's the limit for him. And I think he's going to be a 30-30 guy at some point, maybe even next year. He's got the power, and he's got the speed. He's a good base runner. He's going to be fun to watch. All right, one more voicemail.
What the hell? They DFA Marinaccio? He has the coolest sounding name.
Between Marinaccio getting DFA'd and Johnny Lasagna getting injured, we are lacking in the fun name department, but we did add some jazz this summer. All right, quick word from our sponsor tonight, Huel, and then I'll be back with the highlights and the belt back in about 60 seconds or so. Mornings are nuts, especially when you're doing a voicemail show like I do. No time for breakfast, but you still need to start your day right. What if a delicious, nutritious meal could be ready in just seconds? Support for Pinstripe Territory is brought to you by Huel, the world's #1 complete nutrition brand, trusted by millions with over 400 million meals sold worldwide. Fuel your day with convenient, complete nutrition. Try it yourself with this exclusive offer, 15% off using the code FOUL at Huel.com. Personally, I love the Huel Ultimate Super Greens Powder. It's packed with 91 vitamins, minerals, and whole food ingredients. Their nutrition bars are great. Savory pouches are amazing too. Give it a try. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel's nutritionally complete meals. Focus on what really matters. Again, that's 15% off using the code FOUL at Huel.com.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
All right. So the Yankees came out swinging tonight. Another leadoff hit from Gleyber Torres. We talked last night when Terrence was on about how good he's been about getting that first hit to lead off the game. And he did it again tonight. And he was followed up by Juan Soto, back in the lineup, sore leg and all. He ripped a line drive in his first at-bat. And then Aaron Judge walked to load the bases. Giancarlo Stanton banged into an around-the-horn double play to score Gleyber Torres. That got the Yankees on the board. I couldn't believe how slowly Stanton got down the line. I mean, just impossibly slow. Dominguez followed up with a base hit through the left side to score Soto. First hit from the right side of the plate for him. He also stole second base, his 4th steal of the season already. Top 2, Anthony Volpe. Welcome back.
Turning, looking, see ya. Home run for Volpe.
Hit him in the stands, they can't catch him.
Anthony Volpe, a spectacular OG.
Man, I'm looking forward to having Sterling back in the playoffs. That's going to be amazing. Be the last time, probably, that we get it. But 421 feet for Anthony Volpe, 107.3 off the bat. Absolutely tattooed. He looked good tonight. He's been looking good since I put out that video, quite frankly. Not taking credit, but just saying. Top 3, Yankees added on soft bloop singles from Soto and Aaron Judge. And then Giancarlo Stanton tattooed one into the left field seats.
Giancarlo Stanton rips one out. A Stantonian blast. Giancarlo Stanton hits it out.
Absolute nuke. Home run number 26 for Giancarlo Stanton. It was crushed. He's got to be the only guy in the league whose home run trot is approximately the same speed as his maximum sprint speed. 441 feet from Stanton on that home run, exit velocity of 111.5. Top 7, Aaron Judge, maybe feeling the heat a little bit from Shohei Ohtani, turned on a hanging slider, and all rise for the 54th time.
It's another home run for Judge. All right. Here comes the Judge.
And there goes the Judge. I'm not going to lie. I'll be a little bit pissed off if Shohei Ohtani passes him. I want Judge to lead the major leagues in home runs. But I guess as long as the Yankees win the World Series, though, nothing else really matters that much. Yankees blew it open. Big knock from Gleyber Torres with the bases loaded. And the Yankees hang on to win number 91.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
All right. So, I mean, you see the numbers there. Obviously, a really good start from Carlos Rodon was big. Considered him for the belt, but I felt like today was about the offense. I just felt like the big 3-run home run from Giancarlo Stanton in the top of the 3rd was the backbreaker, and so he's getting the belt. Belt goes to Giancarlo Stanton. And we will take a look at the belt leaderboards here in just a second. Stanton now hitting .234, 26 home runs. He has a .773 OPS. He has 67 RBIs. Not a great season, but not horrible. Better than the last couple of years where he's been in the low 200s with diminishing power. So a little bit of a bounce-back season from Giancarlo. Let's go ahead and take a look at the belt leaders now. You see Juan Soto still out front with 17. Aaron Judge has 12. Luis Gil has 9. Carlos Rodon has 8. Oswaldo Cabrera with 6. We got 3 guys with 4, including Nestor Cortez, Giancarlo Stanton, and Anthony Rizzo. Trent Grisham, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, Clark Schmidt, and Luke Weaver all have 3. Dreamweaver. And then 2 with Alex Verdugo, Marcus Stroman, Gleyber Torres, and Garrett Cole. And then there's several people who have 1, including Yu Darvish and the Voyager spacecraft. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take some comments here. David says he thinks Rodon deserved the belt more. I can see that. I mean, I thought about it. I just felt like the offense allowed Carlos Rodon to kind of get into cruise control. But look, as we say all these times, it's all in good fun. Don't take these too seriously because at the end of the season, I'm just going to hit backspace and nobody's going to have any belts. So it's just not, we'll just reset the whole thing. But yeah, great job from Rodon. I really hope Rodon wins next week. 17 wins just looks way better than 16 for whatever reason. It just feels closer to 20. I guess it is closer to 20 by 1. That's some superior math skills right there by me.
My quantitative my math specialist.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a few more comments here. It is after midnight in the East, and Yankees are in good shape here. We've got a chance to clinch in just a few days. Monday is going to be a nice off day, travel day, having won a series, having had a pretty good road trip. Even if they lose tomorrow, you're still in really good shape to clinch with a magic number of 3. All you got to do is win one game against the Orioles and then one game against the Pirates, and that's it. You're done, even if you lose tomorrow. So Yanks are going to clinch the East at some point, and I'm looking forward to seeing us make a nice little playoff run this year. This could be the only year of Soto and Judge, and let's hope that we get maximum returns on it. Go ahead and support the podcast, like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a member, get a tattoo that says Pinstripe Territory, whatever you want to do. But we'll be back after the game tomorrow, the series finale, and I'll see you next time.
Ball game over.
If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give us a subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media. Join the community, have some fun. We're here after every game. This is Pinstripe Territory.